Cruisin' on 7, brought to you by
Auto Gallery Subaru, located at 609 Winnipeg Street, has an excellent selection of premium pre-owned vehicles for every budget, featuring Subaru's legendary and award-winning all-wheel drive. Auto Gallery Subaru will make your experience one to remember.
Welcome to Cruisin' on 7 for 2019, and I'm here with Mark Rainey, and you're with Bend 'em Up. So tell us, actually show us a little bit, and tell us a little bit about what you do, Mark.
Okay, I do bead rolling, I do custom art panels. Okay. I also do custom interiors for cars as well. So it's not just limited to the art you see here behind me. So this top shaft here goes up and down. Okay. That controls my pressure down on the panel. I can also adjust these dies in and out as well. To change the profile, what I'm putting on the panel.
Right, so we get the line and all that stuff in here like this.
Yeah, so I started out with them fairly close together to get my initial pattern going, and then as I go to give it more of a three-dimensional look and profile, I start spacing this bottom die out.
Look at that. So is the wheel turning by itself with the power on that, or are you?
I've got a foot feed down below there, and I step on that.
Okay, I see that.
And then over here on the side of the machine, I have a rheostat that controls my speed. So depending on what I'm doing, and if I'm into tight corners, I might want to slow it down so I have more control.
You're a bit of an artist guy.
Yeah, I guess so. The rheostat over here changes the speed of this. And on this dial, I can crank it up. You can see the wheel spinning nice and fast there.
Oh yeah.
I never do run it at that speed.
Yeah,
most
you're way down. So
yeah, I'm way down.
Control and
exactly.
Otherwise,
and when
you go buck wild and you're all over the place. And of course, you pencil this out beforehand.
Yeah. No, I draw all my.
Is it a stencil or freehand?
I make up my own templates.
Okay.
That way, then, if I got to do another one and repeat it, then I've got it. I can just lay it on and do it again. So there's some various stuff I've been working on. It's all for sale. I've shipped stuff all over Canada. I've shipped stuff to Montreal. I've shipped stuff to Edmonton. Just shipped some stuff to Southern California.
Wow. So where is Bend 'em Up live? Where does that happen?
Cochrane, Alberta.
Cochrane, Alberta?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you've come all the way from Alberta
to
be at the show here?
Yeah, just moved out there a year ago. I was actually from Weyburn originally.
From Weyburn?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Wow. Yeah. What's the most complicated piece you ever did?
Oh, man. The most complicated piece I did that was challenging was I did one called the Fish Reaper. A motorcycle that was probably about 42 inches by 14 inches. That went up to Bonnyville, Alberta.
So you're an artist. You're actually making art here. I mean, my God.
I did the Route 66. I've done a few of those signs. There's another cool one there I did. Kind of a cartoon-looking Ford truck. There's a 32 Roadster.
Nice.
That's on an 8.5 by 11. That's a brand that I did for a guy who wanted his brand done.
Okay.
So I did that for him. Perry boxing gloves I did for a guy here.
Okay. So what did you do in Weyburn when you were living?
When I lived in Weyburn, I worked as a safety advisor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, with the patch kind of thing?
Yeah, and then when it kind of died, they relocated me out to Alberta, and with my shift work, it allows me to do this on my days off. So it was a hobby turned into a business, and
there you go.
I call it my retirement plan.
I like it. I like it. It's a good retirement plan. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for joining us on Cruisin' on 7.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm here with Wayne Smith with the Majestics, and we're talking about the 2019 Majestics Car Show, which is number 50, what? 53. So tell us a bit about today's show, Wayne.
Well, we have 285 displays, roughly 250 cars. Lots to see, new stuff, old stuff.
What excites you most? What have you seen that interests you the most here?
Well, I grew up in the muscle car area, and I kind of like muscle cars, but I also do like hot rods.
Yeah, okay.
But I like a good car no matter what it is, and
Yeah.
the vintage.
I see you got people from Alberta. Do you have people from the States also, too?
Our normal fella comes from the States every year. He's not here this year.
Oh,
But
okay.
we got some from Manitoba as well as
Manitoba,
Alberta.
huh? Beautiful building here to have the show in.
It's a wonderful building, and a long time coming for us.
Yeah.
And we put up with leaky roofs and different things over the years. And here we are in this new facility. It's great.
It's great. So tell us a bit about the Majestics. How many club members do you have, and how old is the club? Is it as old as the show, 53 or older?
Oh, it's older. The club started in 1962.
Okay.
So I don't know how many. You'd have to do the math.
Yeah, we'll do that some other time.
But the first car show was in 1969.
1969. Okay, so you've
I
been
was sorry, I'm 67, I believe it was.
67.
Yeah.
So you're a 5-year-old club. How many members do you have with you now?
We have roughly 28, 29. We're limited to 30.
Limited to 30,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
And what is your car, Wayne?
Well, I have a 69 Roadrunner convertible.
Oh, nice.
That I've had for a long time. I had a 41 Dodge for 45 years. I sold it to another club member, and now my wife has a 37 Nash convertible.
Oh, gee, 37 Nash convertible.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, well, thanks for joining us on Cruisin' on 7. And any final closing thoughts on this year's show?
No, I think it's our biggest show ever, and the new building is fantastic. Lots of room, lots of vendors here, lots to see. And thank heavens it's not rainy if you're standing outside in line.
Exactly. We're in nice and dry.
That's very nice and dry in here.
So we're here with the Canadian Vintage Motorcycle Group when we have Paul and Barry. So tell us a little bit about your club.
Well, it's been around for quite a while, and I've been a member for 20 years, and we do things like this, the show and shines, and we do group rides on Thursday night, vintage rides.
Oh, do you? Where do you meet for groups rides?
We meet at the North Esso.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got a 78 Goldwing. Sometime
Oh, you're welcome to come out.
I'd appreciate it. So tell us a little bit. I know Paul has got a bit of a sore throat here, so this is his bike. He found it in a basement. Do you know much about his bike at all?
I know a little bit. I had a similar model back in 1972, a CB 175, and his has got the scramble set up for the pipes, and mine had the low pipes, more of the street
So
version.
you could do a little bit of off-roading with this.
A
here.
little bit, yeah. How much, Paul? Not too much. It's a Honda CB 750. They started building those in 1969.
Okay.
They discontinued that single cam model in, I think, 1978.
Okay. And
This
what-
one here was put together just in time for the show. It's a 1967 500 Triumph.
Oh, Triumph. Okay, British bike. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
From Italy, we have the Ducati.
Oh, what year is that? What?
Well, it says right here,
Let's have a look.
65.
65 Ducati. Oh man, look at the chain on that puppy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Old school bicycle kind of chain.
Yeah, well, not that much horsepower there, so you can deal with a smaller chain.
Yeah. And so, what do we got down the way there? We got a Triumph.
Yeah, an older Triumph, yeah. 53 Triumph Thunderbird.
Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful bike too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then the far end, you've got a Suzuki.
Suzuki GT380, 1974, so...
Do you have a bike in the group here at all?
I bought that bike about 30 years ago, and it was painted up 30 years ago, and then a buddy of mine has it now.
Okay, cool. So, how many members do you have?
It's like 2,400 across Canada, and there's 40 members in the South Saskatchewan section.
Oh, wow. Do you do rides across Canada or anything like that? Do you...
There's rallies right across the country, yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's
a national rally in Paris, Ontario.
Oh, geez, good. So it's a lot of fun having these older bikes there.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Oh, that's good. It's glad to see, I'm glad to see him on the road because I'm nursing one along myself. I know what it's like. Okay, we're here with the Fast family. They're from Roblin. They came all the way down to promote their car show. Tell us a little bit about your car show in Roblin.
So we just have a grassroots car show. It's August 9th. It's a Friday night. And we strut down all of Main Street, kind of have a big street festival. And last year we had 135 cars there.
Really?
Yeah, we had a great turnout.
Introduce us. Who did you all bring with you? Who's your posse here?
So these are my children, Seth and Hannah Fast, and my wife Teresa Fast.
So do you like cars at all?
Yeah.
Does your dad have a car?
Yeah.
What has he got?
It's a Mustang.
Mustang. Oh, okay. So how does being a car wife, how does that work out for you?
Pretty good. You just do a lot of cars. That's good.
So you get about 128 cars in Roblin, so you're inviting people to come down to Roblin and join your show. What do they all get? When do you come? When do you start? Tell us a little detail.
So it's an evening thing, so if everybody rolls into town around 6 o'clock.
On a what, Friday?
Friday night, and then we get you all set up on Main Street. And then there's some grab bags, there's live music, there's lots of food, and we just have a big street festival, lots of fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you in Roblin. So I was walking through the car show here, and I thought I recognized somebody. What's your name again?
Rory Allen.
Rory Allen.
I had to think about that.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got Milt here also.
Correct.
Milt is with the club, and Rory has been a longtime entertainer. And I guess how would we? You're not an Elvis impersonator because that's not really the right terminology. What would we use, Rory?
Well, I do a tribute to Elvis, and
Yes.
just an entertainer because you can't replace Elvis.
Yeah.
I just happen to have the clothes and.
And the good looks.
Well, God bless you. I need to be interviewed. Be like, Milt, did you hear what he said?
I did. I have pictures from 20 years
We're not getting too personal here, Rory.
No, but I've been a car guy all my life.
Yes.
All I read is car magazines, so this is a great fit for me. And Milt and everybody at Majestics has just been a fantastic time here. And we're about to sing in about 15 minutes for our first show, and we're gonna rock this place out.
So Milt, when I asked him, I said, where should we stand? He says, well, let's go over to Milt's car. Do you know Rory a little bit?
Oh, I've known Rory for quite a few years. Back, I think it was 15, 18 years ago, he was always in our show as well, and I had a yellow 32 at that time. And again, he stood beside it, and we took pictures. It was awesome.
So tell us a little bit about your car here, Milt. What have you got here?
It's a 32 5-window.
Okay.
It's been a project for me. I've needed a project the last couple of years because of certain things, but yeah. I started piecing this thing together, and all the parts fit when you size them up and paint them up. They go together.
Let's get a picture of Rory inside your car. Do you want to sit inside?
I understand, actually, Milt is going to give the entertainer the car after the weekend.
After the weekend?
Yes.
Let's have a look of you inside the car here, Rory.
Notice he didn't say anything.
No, well, I think... Yeah, look at that.
Slide in. It's smaller than you think?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You're right in there. We'll just close the door, and you can just hang out.
It's a Ford.
There we are. Look at that.
I'm hanging out now.
Isn't that something? There you have it. Rory Allen inside of a, what year again? 32 Ford.
32.5 window. You can't get much better than this.
Have you got a tune for us? A couple of bars?
Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show. 3, get ready now, go cat go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes.
Love it. Thanks a lot for joining us on Cruisin' on.
Auto Gallery Subaru, located at 609 Winnipeg Street, has an excellent selection of premium pre-owned vehicles for every budget, featuring Subaru's legendary and award-winning all-wheel drive. Auto Gallery Subaru will make your experience one to remember.
We're here with Deborah Getty, and she's got a Volkswagen. I didn't even look at the year. What year is it?
1966.
I love your little cafe thing here, man. This is cool.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with this whole idea? Just start thinking about it or what?
With the car show?
Oh, the table and everything?
Well, the car is kind of unique, and so I thought it would fit for the cafe type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So where did you find all this stuff here in the front here?
This, you could buy anything online.
So you came up with what year is your car again?
1966.
66. So
Yeah.
this is sort of like a 60s cafe kind of idea, and that's what you're doing?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I love it. Even the little dispenser here, this kind of thing. So tell us a little bit about your car.
Well, we purchased it in 2009.
Okay.
I've always wanted one, and this car had been sitting in the backyard of a repair shop.
Oh, really?
And I ended up having to have surgery for a brain tumor.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
So 2009, I was recovering, and my husband went to talk to the fellow about the car, and we ended up purchasing it for $700.
Oh boy, a big whomping sum.
Yeah. And it turned into a family project. I have a son-in-law and his dad who own a body shop in Assiniboia.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so for my 60th birthday, the kids had it painted, and then we took it home, and my husband did all the interior work and the finishing. And
oh, gee, you got a good husband there.
I do, yes, yes.
So this is kind of reminiscent of what we all did a long time ago to the A&W. If you can just turn this way, we'll just get you in the camera here. So where did you find the cheeseburger and the fries?
That was online as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gee, I can almost, oh, it's frozen.
Yes,
I love
it is.
that. So let's have a look at the interior here. So you've done your, obviously pink is your color.
Yes. The paint color is called Panther Pink, and it was a Dodge paint back in the 70s.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I know the color. I know
Yeah.
the car. My granddaughter always says to me, I'm coming over, do you have pink?
Oh,
Pink Play-Doh. She wants all that kind
okay,
of
there
stuff.
you go.
Yeah. Obviously, it's very cool. Does
Yes.
it run nice? Do you enjoy
Yes, it does. It does. I took it on a big trip from home up to Saskatoon a couple of summers ago, and
Oh, yeah.
it did really well. Except I got heck for driving it too fast.
Who gave you heck for that?
My husband.
He says, you're wearing it out, you're wearing
Yeah,
it out.
yeah.
Let's have a look at the back here in the engine here. Oh, it's nice and clean, huh? You've done a great job of this here.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud. It's not the original engine. This engine actually came out of a spray coupe.
Okay.
And this is the engine that was in the car. And my husband tuned it up and put a little bit of chrome on it and fixed it up. It runs very well. It was a 6-volt, and he turned it into a 12-volt.
Okay.
So it runs better that way.
Yeah, no kidding. I love your diner
Thank you.
sort of thing here
Thank
going
you.
on. This is just very cool. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
You're having fun?
Oh, yes. Yes. It's fun to talk to people, and I love watching the little kids come by and look at the pink.
Hey, we're here with Sterling Hornine. You're famous for Studebakers. I don't know if you know that, but people talk about your Studebakers. Do you still have a few?
Yes, I do. Yep.
How many do you have?
I think about 7 or 8 of them I got.
Cool. But you didn't bring a Studebaker today. You brought a truck. What did you bring? Tell us.
It's a 1966 HD Hayes. Hayes HD, they call it.
Okay. Is that for heavy duty or
For
just
heavy
HD?
duty, they're used in oil patches and they're used in the logging industry. And
Okay.
this one I especially had built for just be a showpiece.
Really? Where did you find this truck? Tell me a little bit about it.
The truck came eventually out of Edmonton, Alberta, just the cab and the part of the frame.
Okay.
And I
Not the whole frame?
No, I needed to find another frame section to complete it, and then
Okay.
I want to put something different in for a motor, so I put in a 16V Detroit in there. Detroit engine, 16V Detroit 71.
16E?
V. 16.
Okay, V. Okay. Are you talking 16?
Cylinder, 16 cylinder.
16 cylinder.
71 cubic inch with twin turbos.
Oh my God.
700 some horsepower if you want to.
That's not the way it was though.
No.
Two twin turbos.
It never was that way.
Yeah. So this is a bit of a hot rod truck almost.
It's,
now.
yeah, because I moved the cab back 2 feet to set that motor in.
Okay. Yeah. I see. Yeah.
To make it fit, and went from there.
Wow.
Just want to do something different, show something different.
So when did you start working on this truck?
Oh, I've had the truck for about 10 years, and I started on it about 5 years ago, working on it, and off and on.
Okay.
Different projects I've got.
So did you hear about the Hayes, or did you see it, or what? How did you find out about it?
I became a Hayes dealer in 1972. I sold these trucks from 72 to 75.
Okay. Oh, so you got a bit of reach in there then.
I've been reaching there. I've got.
What were they like, the Hayes truck? Where were they manufactured?
In Vancouver, British Columbia, 1928 they started. 1928,
Really?
and they shut the factory down in 75.
Gee, that's a pretty long run. I didn't realize that. But of course, I think there was one in Kelowna too that was manufactured.
Yeah, that was Western Star was in Kelowna, and they disappeared to the States. Freightliner bought them out.
Yeah. So what would you do with a truck? Let's say, would you put a crane on the back? Would you be hauling something, or what would be the daily chore of
There'd be a winch. There'd be a winch on the back of it, or a deck with a winch on it, or for heavy hauling that. Then the headache rack for hauling lumber. That's what this is designed for.
Okay. Oh, that's a lumber rack up there. Yeah. Okay.
But
I see you've got a kind of a fifth wheel on. Well, you got the trailer hook up there in the back there too. So
it could be used for anything.
Oh my God! What a truck! What kind of transmission does it have in it?
It's got a four-speed with a four-speed auxiliary, so 16 speeds.
Oh, okay. So
two boxes, two sticks.
Two boxes, two. Geez, you're gonna be a busy guy in there.
Yeah, you can shift it with both hands. Yeah.
How do you know where to shift to what?
Well, I used to drive one something like that years ago.
So how did you start in the trucking business? Where did your start come from?
I started driving in August of '58.
August of '58. So were you
with a D700 Fargo?
Okay.
With a 354 Hemi engine in it.
Oh, gee. Was it your own truck, or you're driving for somebody else?
It was our own truck. My father and I went together and we bought this. It was a wrecked truck when we bought it, and we put it back together and put a fifth wheel on it and a compressor to pull, so we could pull a trailer with air brakes and started trucking.
Well, thanks for joining us on Cruisin' on 7th Store.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So we're here with Kellen Huber, and he's with the Prairie Pulling League. And tell us a little bit about what you guys do. And holy smokes, look at this car here.
Well, thank you. This is the event, the Prairie Pulling League, and it's a new event. We bring tractors and trucks and modified vehicles all through the Prairie provinces and starting up the Pulling League. Like, this is a fairly old event. Actually, some of the members have been in here, the older members have been in here since the mid-'70s.
Oh, okay. So tell us a little bit about what Pulling League does. Like, are you pulling dead weight? Are you at farm shows? Or
We pull a big sled, and so a lot of the mini sleds they'll take and they'll pull. Like you'll see there, the Humboldt Strong tractor. So that'll pull a 25,000-pound sled.
So tell us a little bit about this car here. What stock or class would this be in? So what have we got here?
Okay, so what we got here is a 1935 Chevy Coupe that has been modified to fit the body length. And it's running a 527 Aries Hemi motor that roughly kind of produces about 23 to 2,500 horsepower.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of fun. Wheels up and go.
Well, thanks for joining us on Cruisin' on 7.
Thank you very much for coming by.
And we're here with Dennis Moore. He's got a 25 Henderson Deluxe and a bunch of other motorcycles. Dennis, this one's yours. The Henderson is yours? Tell us a little bit about where'd you find this bike? It's gorgeous.
Thank you. I found the chassis with the wheels and fenders in a little town called Ardell, Saskatchewan, south of Moose Jaw.
In Saskatchewan?
Yes. And I have the original engine, but the transmission was cut off, as they used them for snow planes with a propeller on them and stuff.
Okay.
And I managed to find the correct engine in St. Louis, Missouri back in the 70s. So.
Wow, you've been working on this bike for a while.
Actually, I built it in 1978 and 1979.
Okay,
and, it's probably got 8,000 miles on it since then.
Do you drive it?
Oh, absolutely. I ride it every year.
You ride it every year. Isn't that something?
It's a joy to ride.
Tell me a little bit about Henderson. I see it on sort of American Pickers sometimes.
Yes. Originally, Henderson was built by a gentleman by the name of William Henderson. And in 1918, he was bought out by the Schwinn Bicycle Company, Alfred Schwinn.
Oh, yeah.
And he continued building the Henderson until 1931.
Oh, the Schwinn did? Okay.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
And
how did you know what you had when you found this?
Just a lot of research and reading, and I mean, this was back before the days of the internet, so
I know,
there was a lot of phone calls and mail letters and stuff like that. Yeah. And in 1931, he saw the Depression coming and shut down motorcycle production.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how many speeds is the transmission?
3-speed.
3-speed, and
yeah,
obviously. Jeez.
And it cruises at 50, 60 mile an hour beautifully. And you got brakes for 30. There's no front brake on it, so you have to pay attention to what's in front of you.
Brakes for 30
About 30 mile an hour, yes.
Okay, we just got a couple of minutes here where I couldn't resist this. Jim Leskin's been working on this little Mustang. Tell us a little bit about your project here, Jim.
Well, if anybody's been to the parades and seen some Shriners driving around in some Thunderbirds, this is the same company made these called Mustang Juniors. They were produced in 1965, 66, and 67, and then the company went out of business. So originally there was about 600 of these cars made. This one here is actually a reproduction. One of the fellows ended up getting the molds for the 65, 66, 67 cars, so he does these very expensive little toy. Back in 1965, these cars sold for $537 American.
That's not bad.
well, a brand new Mustang back then was $2,300.
Oh,
so yeah, very
a quarter the size of the price. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So the very rich were the ones that were able to purchase these, and these were also used as promotions. So these would apparently take these down to the schools, show them to the kids, say, oh, on Thursday night, bring mom and dad down, you can drive them, and at the same time, the salesmen were there trying to get mom and dad to buy a brand new Mustang.
So where did you find this one, Jim?
This one was bought out of, it was a kit, so I basically bought the body and the frame. I had to source everything else, the drivetrain, everything else, out of Iowa.
Oh, so you kind of put this together then?
I did, yes, I did.
Oh, boy.
So I went with classic 1967, the body style, of course. I did the red and white interior. It's always nice. The carpeting actually came out of a 1969 Ranchero. It's the black Loom Ford cars.
So what is the power? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So these cars came in two options. One was a 3.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor, gasoline, or they had an electric.
Oh.
And I wanted something with reverse, a very easy thing, so I went with electric. So this is a 36 volt, 1,000 watt motor.
Oh.
So this thing will do 20 miles an hour for 90 minutes.
So you're driving around the neighborhood. What do the neighbors think of you driving around?
Well, I'm racing all the kids in their little electric cars, and yeah, it's quite the scene. This one, of course, is 1/3 scale, so 20 miles an hour converts to 60 miles an hour. That low to the ground.
You feel it then, huh?
You bet you do, yes.
Oh, good for you, Jim. Well, it looks like a lot of fun. Hey, thanks for joining us on Cruisin' on 7 for 2019 here at the Majestics. We've got a great lineup of shows all across Saskatchewan. Join me as we see some of the most awesome vehicles. It's going to be a great summer.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. I'm a whole shook up.
Auto Gallery Subaru, located at 609 Winnipeg Street, has an excellent selection of premium pre-owned vehicles for every budget, featuring Subaru's legendary and award-winning all-wheel drive. Auto Gallery Subaru will make your experience one to remember.